Hello, Tyler Ford here, Tucson, Arizona with eXp Realty, and welcome to this episode of Living in Tucson, your Tucson Real Estate Connection. And in this episode, I'm going to be going over the Tucson Housing Market Report for May 2021. The numbers just came out, and I'm going to be going over what's going on in the Tucson housing market. As the Tucson temps are heating up, there's no signs of our housing market cooling off, and interest rates remain super low and home prices are continuing to surge. And I'm starting to sound like a broken record as far as inventory levels driving this market. And they certainly are. And this month, the inventory levels are even lower. And as a result, our home prices, the median and average sales price continuing to go up month over month, year over year, and we're in this pattern. And I keep saying it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. But in the near future, not seeing any signs of this market cooling off. So I'm going to dive into the numbers and show you what's going on here in the Tucson housing market. The first number I want to talk about is percentage of list price. And that is when somebody lists a home in the MLS, it's the percentage of the list price that sellers are getting. So for example, if somebody lists a home for $100,000, the percentage of list is typically between 92 and 97%, meaning they would get anywhere from 92,000 to 97,000 in terms of the percentage of list. Well, last month was the first time in 30 years of my real estate career that I've seen the percentage of list exceed 100%. And this month it went up slightly again. And in May 2021, sellers were getting 102% of their list price, which is 2% above what they were asking, which is unheard of, never seen it in all of my real estate career, but 102% is the percentage of list for May 2021. The next number I want to talk about is month supply of inventory, and how you arrive at month supply of inventory is you take the previous month's number of homes sold, and then you take the current month's amount of inventory, meaning homes for sale, and you divide the inventory into the homes sold, and you get how much inventory is available. And typically we've got anywhere from 2 to 3 months worth of inventory. And we've now been in this pattern over the last 5 months going on 6 months where we've got less than 1 month's supply of inventory in the MLS, meaning that if nobody listed their home, all the homes would be under contract within a month. And this month, month supply of inventory was 0.6 days, which is 18 days of inventory in all of the Tucson MLS. So again, if nobody listed their home on the market within 18 days, all the inventory, all the listings would be under contract in 18 days, which is unheard of. Typically, again, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and we're now in this pattern of less than 1 month's inventory in the MLS. Let's talk days on market, and that is from the time that somebody lists a home to the time that it goes under contract. How many days does that take? And if the percentage of list is going up and the month supply of inventory is going down, you would think that homes are selling super fast, and they are. And every month this market continues to surprise me. I keep saying that it can't get any hotter than it is, and it continues to surprise me. So days on market, it's as low as I've ever seen it. For single family homes, the average days on market is 13 days. For condos and townhomes, it's 10 days. So this market's moving super, super fast. If you're a buyer out there, I feel your frustration. It's super competitive. I did a video a couple weeks ago. You can go look on my YouTube channel about if you're a buyer, the things that you can do to be competitive in this market. So I go through a handful of things that you can do if you want to be competitive in this market. So it's super competitive. Average days on market, super low. So if you're a buyer out there, you need to have everything in line in terms of your financing and being ready to go look at properties and submit offers when they hit the market. So average days on market, single family homes, 13 days for single family homes and 10 days for townhomes and condos. Okay, what are home prices doing here in Tucson? And They're going up, but it's crazy. Again, it's a number that totally surprises me. The average sales price for single family homes in Tucson for May 2021 was $424,104, which is up year over year 42.2%. It just seems like yesterday that, the average sales price in Tucson, believe it or not, as the market corrected and started coming up, I remember when average homes here in Tucson were 150,000. So it's been a crazy run in terms of home values. On the townhome and condo side, the average sales price is $227,030, up 21.3% for townhomes and condos. And, if you're a buyer out there and frustrated because you've watched home prices go up and maybe you've sat on the fence thinking that it's going to slow down or we're going to pull back and they've continued to go up, I would just say, be patient, because at some point, for me, it's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. I keep saying that, but at some point this market will cool off. I also work with a lot of investors that buy multifamily, and that market's gotten out of control as well. And, Tucson, over the years, we've always prided ourselves on Tucson as being a affordable, in terms of cost of living, being super affordable, and housing being super affordable as well, and just a really steady appreciation rate. And over the last year and a half, things have gotten out of control. And a lot of buyers are paying cash. They're selling a property in California or, Boise, Idaho. I just had a client sell a home in Boise, Idaho, which is one of the hottest markets out there, sell a home and then come to Tucson and pay cash. And, that's one of the things that's, although we have low inventory, these cash buyers and people come to Tucson and they look at these home values, even though, we as Tucsonians think that, out of control relative to somebody coming from a different market, they look at our market as still inexpensive and relative to where they're coming from. So you kind of got to put it into perspective. But again, at some point, this market will cool off. If you're a buyer out there buying with an FHA or a VA or a low money down, I would encourage you to possibly just stay put and save more money. Save up 20% so you can avoid mortgage insurance. And then if this market does correct, you're in a better position to weather a storm. So just something to think about. But again, home prices continue to go up, and it's all based on, inventory levels, supply and demand. And the next number I'm going to jump into is our inventory levels. So the number that I look at every month, and this is the leading indicator for me, and that's home inventory listed in the MLS. It's the homes for sale in the MLS, and it's all about supply and demand. As demand goes up and supply goes down, prices go up typically in a market. And Tucson, over the last couple years, we've been in an inventory crunch, and even pre-COVID, we were at relatively low inventory levels, and homes were starting to appreciate pre-COVID, and then COVID hit, and supply just started to drastically go down, and prices started going up. So May 2021, the number of active single-family homes listed in the MLS, 752 homes in all of the Tucson MLS. And townhomes and condos, you're looking at 96 townhomes and condos listed in the MLS. And typically, in Tucson, summer months, things do slow down a little bit. June's relatively a busy month because school's getting out and parents are trying to buy before they get situated before school starts up again. And then after the 4th of July, through like mid-July through August, beginning of September, the Tucson market does cool down a little bit, just because parents and families are getting out of the heat. They're taking their kids on vacation, and the winter visitors and snowbirds are not here buying. So there is, there's that window in Tucson where it's less competitive and inventory levels could stabilize, the next couple of months. So if you're a buyer, something to think about. And to me, it's not a matter of if, matter of when, but at some point there'll be some type of catalyst that will slow this market down. So again, if you're a buyer and you're chasing this market, I would encourage you just to kind of sit and be patient. But inventory levels at an all-time low. and they continue to go down month after month, which is the big reason as to why home prices and days on market and just our market is hot, and it's definitely a seller's market out there. Well, that wraps up my Tucson housing market report for May 2021. And if you scroll down into the show notes, there's a link. And if you click on that link, it'll take you to the actual full market report. And I would encourage you to go look at that, because there's a lot of things that I didn't cover. And the market can be a little bit different depending on price range or location that you're buying, and also type of home. So I'd encourage you to look at that, because it could be a little bit different and might give you some different insight. And something else to consider, if you're buying or selling a home here in Tucson, we would love to help. And we've got a 16-foot box moving truck, no different than you would get at U-Haul. It's got a ramp, it's got a dolly, moving blankets, but if you use us to buy or sell a home, you can use our truck for free. And even for the lifetime as being a client, if you ever need the truck to pick up supplies or maybe move furniture or appliances, you're more than welcome to use our truck. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. If you did like it, give me an internet high five by liking it. If you've got any questions, go ahead, comment below. Love to stay connected and answer any questions you may have. But if you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get more awesome videos about living in Tucson and Tucson real estate.